All right. First and foremost, yo yo. But no, second of all, really, this is something really cool here. We got a big update coming to Phasmophobia. This is a development preview. As you can see here, they are excited to announce to us that on June 24th of this year, of course, we are releasing the next big update. The Chronicle update will be launching. Uh, exact timings as well as full list of new features, changes, and fixes will be available on the day. Keep your eyes on our socials and in the Discord server for more information. Ahead of release, they also wanted to take this chance to let us know to dive into just a fraction of what the Chronicle update would bring to us. Since keeping us in the suspense of a release, as they say. But first, of course, a little sneak peek here at Grafton Farmhouse rework. We'll go ahead and read this here. Surrounded by a near-dead cornfield, Grafton Farmhouse has been long abandoned. Walls crumbled apart, doors boarded, and the building left open by to be beaten by the extreme weather conditions. What caused this once thriving home to be evacuated, and what still lingers here? Like Bleedsdale rework earlier this year, Grafton Farmhouse has undergone a similar glow up, or perhaps we should say glow down. With the entire location being overhauled from top to bottom, these reworks are bringing our maps in line with our vision for Phasmophobia, while also allowing us to explore what's possible while also evolving the experience for our players. Similarly to its prettier sister location, it received some minor layout changes too. Rooms have been rethemed, spaces have been made smaller or larger, and there's even the addition of a crowded attic, complete with sheet-covered old furniture. So this is really cool here. As we said, we knew about the Grafton rework coming this year around, right? There was going to be Bleedsdale, Grafton, and talk about they're redoing assets on maps like Tanglewood, I believe, and probably Willow Street, I believe, something like that. If I remember correctly, they're going to try to update all the maps slowly. I believe they're trying to make unique assets for the games. If I remember hearing about that correctly, I could be wrong there. But you kind of see a picture here, right? This is the entrance of Grafton as of now. You can see a chandelier laying on the ground here. Oh, I actually start here. It says the entrance hall has seen better days. While now more grandier than it was before, the fallen chandelier is exactly the most welcoming sight upon opening the front door. So right, it looks. I'd say we're looking for like the dining room here, right? You get the living room door kind of there, then you go up to the upstairs here, and then up here is says around the corner the twin bedroom has been completely refurbished. But into what? Who worked in this room? What's going on in this mysterious place? So this is the living room, right? There's a twin bedroom. You have then the utility room up ahead, and to the left was the master bedroom. So this is what we get to see in this map from here. But the real fun thing we get to see is the Chronicle update coming up here, uh, with some pretty good changes. Honestly, the changes. I know people want more. I know people have been wanting the Horror 2.0 update. They're tired of hearing about it, and they just the devs. I know people were upset that devs just kind of announced that it's now finally going into, I believe, like where it's actually being worked on to be put into the game or something like that. Right? They've been theory crafting it here and there, brainstorming it for a long time. It's not like they haven't done any of that for these amount of years. But now I believe the actual work is being put to get it implemented in the game, which they're saying next year, of course, which is why people are upset about it. But this is a big update too, because this is going to make just the media way better. The whole side of it, the photo system. It's actually going to be, as you'll read here, there'll be a video system and a sound system. But we'll get into the Chronic update here. We gave you some insight into what we have planned for the Chronicle last year, but today we like to go on a deeper dive on some of the more significant changes that the update is introducing to Phasmophobia. We love getting this information out to you before the update, as it means we can open the conversation and hear your feedback and what you're most looking forward to. To be sure to sound off on the information below. Or I guess so to be sure to sound, yeah. Rewarding media. With the addition of the new media section, we've added a bunch of new gameplay elements for everyone to interact with. Ghost hunters now need to complete a full book of unique media items to accomplish a perfect investigation. This is a huge change to the overall system, but we believe this allows for a more consistent and realistic media capturing experience, especially when it comes to selling it on your boss when and if you make it back to HQ. So if everything needs to be unique, how do we fill 13 slots in the journal with new things to capture, of course? So as we can see here, right, we have the ghostwriting photo here we have here, but now We can take photos of the EMF. It'd be kind of cool if it wanted you to have like the EMF and the object that it caused the EMF with. I know that'd be kind of hard for certain ones of them. But this year's new Shadow Ghost. Hopefully that means like there's going to be Shadow Ghost, Dots Ghost, like a fully apparated ghost. Maybe there'll be one with like a ghost that's hunting you at the point in time. Uh, but we can click on here and see more of them. And this is the video side of the media. There's going to be Disturbed Salt. I assume it's going to be like taking a video of the salt gets walked through kind of thing. And it'd be really cool if you could see like the UV side of it, the footprints. There's something special for that too. Also, like recording objects thrown, because you know one of the funny things people I know a lot of people point out in this game when they play it, it's kind of weird. You know, like ghost throws a cup, and you take a photo of the cup, and like, oh, the ghost threw this object. Like, who's gonna believe that, right? That's kind of one of those things. Like, we need evidence. Well, here's the evidence now. We can set up a video camera, and when the ghost throws a cup, if the video camera captures it full way, right, that's what you get here. It's a thrown cup. Of course, the door moved the exact same thing. We can also get ghost orbs, which is interesting, and interaction. You kind of see the value differences here too. Kind of strange that ghost orbs is the value of 10. And if you go back to here, right, so like EMF is 5. I guess because every ghost does that. But people like EMF 5 was 10. You know, because it's like evidence, you know, but ghost writing's only 5. So that's find it weird that ghost orbs is 10 while everything else seems to be evidence-wise is 5. And then other interactions too. I'd assume like that looks like a vehicle. Maybe it's it possibly touching the vehicle or something, so you get to kind of see that there. So that's kind of cool. And the fully new thing being added to the game here is the sound. The sound. We're gonna have a sound recorder we can walk around with, and I think if it's in your hand while you're using stuff like the parabolic mic and the spirit box or something like that, or maybe just having those out record naturally too. As you see, you get paranormal sounds, you get spirit box where the ghost talks back to you, and then a ghost event. So that's kind of interesting there. And you'll notice that there's like these tier bonuses. It's explained down here, but these tier bonuses is well, I guess I'll read because this doesn't really make sense here. It says, as you can see, there are plenty of new media options for ghost hunters to document proof of evidence such as EMF readings, interactions such as rocking chairs, moving, and even ghost forms, all of which can lead to a book brimming with unique captures. Can you record a ghost while it's trying to take you and your friends down? Maybe it's best to use some incense. What we are showing in today's development preview is just the surface of what Chronicle offers. Well-practiced investigators will have even greater rewards awaiting them with this new system. Harder captures are worth more money. Tier bonuses for using upgraded gear. The reason why I wanted to mention that because this is the EMF 3, but it's only a tier $1 bonus. I think there should be a 3 here. It's kind of weird that is that. Right, that is the Ghost Writing 2 book, I believe. So you know the pictures here that don't fully correlate. You know, because that is a or maybe it's just the camera, right? If I have the tier 3 camera, then I get this bonus. Tier bonuses used for using upgraded gear, and on top of it all off, everything media is now included in the reward multiplier. This is the biggest change here. The reward multiplier. I believe it used to be like that when I played back in the day. It most likely was because we always went perfect games. Now perfect games just only do the perfect investigation score, which adds in, you know, like probably, I don't know, $50 or whatever. So $500 if you're doing what I'm doing right now, the times 10. Of course, it scales higher depending on what size map you're doing. But the media hasn't felt rewarding in a while. Now media is going to be rewarding again. It's going to be in the multiplier. We'll see what that means they do. I feel like in the past, the reason why they got rid of the media was because they made games more rewarding in general. And so they got rid of the multiplier from being the media multiplier being in the multiplier side of it to reduce experience gain because it was already going to be higher naturally. I hope they're not going to change any of it. I hope they just add it onto it. And experience kind of just goes, just is what it is. I assume they may nerf it a little bit here, experience wise, to counteract that. But I hope they don't, because then it's gonna hurt different styles of gameplay if they do that. There's people who don't want to get perfect investigations, and if they nerf the experience for non-perfect investigations from what it already is, there's probably gonna make people stop playing the game, I'd assume, because there's a lot of people who want to grind to 20 on the prestige side of it. I'm just doing it at my own pace. I'm not going crazy ways about it with Camp Wood Wind or spamming Tanglewood, times 12 stuff people do. I'm just doing it my own way and enjoying it as I have fun. But there's a group of people who do things a certain way, and I feel like if this change here, which is an amazing change, this change that needs to be done, uh, as long as they don't nerf the base multiplier, just the base money in the game, from maybe from the objectives or just from the game to compensate for us getting more for now doing media, I think everything will be fine here. But we'll go into the sound recorder side here. It says, with the Chronicle, we're excited to introduce our first new piece of equipment since our equipment overhaul in Ascension. The sound recorder tier 1, of which is available from level 4, brings it a whole new type of profitable evidence. Investigators can now record audio from equipment such as the spirit box, the sound of the ghost event, and paranormal sounds. Audio that you can only hear via parabolic microphone, for example. So we'll watch this video here for a little example here. Y'all probably can't hear that. Let me fix that real quick. Y'all can't hear that at all, can y'all? Interesting. Little audio issue here. It's fine. It's what it is. It's just person essentially walking around, and you'll hear the ghost make a noise, and the sound recorder records it. Essentially, it's the noise we hear. You can't distinguish. Essentially, when the ghost is making a noise on the left side, this as you get closer to where the noise is actually at, there'll be a green light here. And then I guess when this hits green on the right side, that's when it actually goes off. But we'll see. I think I'll explain that right here. While the sound recorder is switched on, it'll be constantly scanning for nearby things to record. If the lights burst into life, you'll need to use the range indicator to guide you within recordable range before the sound disappears. There's a plethora of new sounds to be found. Can you collect them all? But wait, there's more. This is a little sneak peek, right, to changes happening here. They kind of want to show us this. This is the van. As you can see, this is the wall of the van with all the items on it. This is going to be the new setup for the computer. We can see a little VHS player here with a camcorder. I believe this is a VR only thing. And VR, I think the walkie-talkie is actually something you can interact with, unlike in non-VR where you just hit V or B or whatever to talk to people. But they're pretty much saying they're reworking this side of the van, and I can't wait to see it all. But this is going to be a really good update. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to play it. Right, it's coming. I said June 24th, which happens to be Tuesday. So we'll definitely play that. We may delay our Phasmo stream on Monday to play it, or we may just play Phasmo a lot of that week. So I'm pretty excited for it, and maybe I can get some of my friends to play it. They haven't gone back to the game in a while. Like Mr. Cheese here, or my friend Pipey. Maybe my brother. Maybe bring some people back and play, have some fun here. But that's that, and I can't wait for it. And I hope y'all are excited too. So it should be a good one, though. It should be a really good one. And I'd love to know what people think about it. If people are excited for it or not. So yeah.